Morning. 5 weeks to go. We've rewritten our list so that we've put the most important things to the top and working our way down. And this week it's all about getting ready for the BSS, the Boat Safety Certificate. So we have to come back to the stove because there's a couple of problems here. We just had to mend the top bit because there was a bit of a glue fail on the top, and so we fixed it mechanically now, so that's sorted. But there was an epic fail on the grout. I bought the proper stuff. It was the high temperature grout for going around a fire, but as it dried, it just started dropping out as it got really hot, and there's about 20% of it has dropped out. So I did an experiment with some fire cement by rolling it up really thin and pushing it in, and that works much better. So I'm going to have to go around, pick out all the loose bits and redo that, because that'll definitely be a fail otherwise. And then Henry wants to move the stove a little bit. Why are you moving the stove?
Because we need to gain a few centimetres from the distance of this to the wall.
Okay.
Not much, but also it'll mean we can get better access to it as well. I'm probably just going to spin it around actually.
Yeah. So there is a diagram you can follow that shows you exactly how everything should be, and we're a few centimetres out, and I don't know how rigid they are. But we don't really want to have to keep paying for return visits on the BSS. We would like to get it done first time. So that's what we're concentrating on this week. But before we move on with our work, I have the story to tell you of a sad old boat that's been down at the boatyard, or at least not in the boatyard, but moored alongside here, probably since the end of the war. So it's the one right on the very left, and for those of you who know your boats, it's an HSL 186, which stands for high speed launch, and it was used for rescuing downed airmen, bomber pilots during the war. And we have a harbour mouth just down the river a bit, so it would have accessed the channel out through there. The boat's been lived on in recent times by a couple who abandoned it, and so the superstructure's been taken down and it's been emptied. And at one point they had to bring the police and then the Navy in because they discovered an unexploded shell on board, which I think was being used as a doorstop. Anyway, the boat itself has been bought by somebody from the West Country who wanted to have it for its historical value and paid an extraordinary amount of money to bring a crane up to get it out.
Yeah, that would make sense.
So they're putting it here into a sling, and then it'll be lifted out across the boats and round to the side. It had to be hauled along by that line of men you saw just now, so that the crane could get access to it. These flats on the left are brand new, so there's no access around the back of them now. Caused huge excitement down at the boatyard. People came from miles around, as you can see.
of the water now. So this will be the test. Sounds like they can't lift it. I'm hearing the boat's broken. Oh dear. And then it looks like the boatyard people don't want it to be left where it is. Being taken back to where it came from.
And that was it. The back of it broken. Can only be dismantled now. And after all that excitement, back to work.
Yeah.
How are you going to fix the legs in?
Had a bit of a result actually, because the on all four corners there's adjustable bolts to level the thing up. Just turns out that they're 8mm, so I can use one of those corner fixings for a bracket, and then I'm going to fix this into the floor, and then that will be fixed completely.
And that drill went through the slate okay in the end?
Yeah, it's well cool. I've used these before actually. They go through tiles and glass, it just falls through. It's brilliant.
Excellent.
I don't know how many uses you get out of them, but I only needed this once. No, so that's good news all round there. Yeah, I'm just about to fix that to the floor now, and then put it all back together and we'll be done.
Great. Well, it's just turning into a palaver. So I went and bought some fire cement to do the grouting, and I got this one, which is supposed to do everything I need it to do, but it just wouldn't come out of the gun, and I think it's sort of hidden on here because they've written the price over it, but I think it's gone out of date and it was too thick. I can get it out if I undo this and stick something in, but so anyway, I took it back to the shop and he gave me another one, and exactly the same thing is happening. And when I squeeze it out, sometimes there's little hard bits in it, so you know, you have to press really hard to get it just out of that bit, and there's no way it's going to go down the tube. I can't take it back again. Well, I could, but I just want to get on, so I'm having to stick it all in with my finger and then wash it off afterwards. So it's turning into a bit of a job. So anyway, watch this space. Well, some time later, and I've got the grout in all the gaps, and I've washed it down a couple of times, and I'll have to finish it off tomorrow because I don't really want to be washing grout out of the gaps. Oh God, that was a pig of a job though, and my hands are wrecked, so I'm going to have to put half a bucket of hand cream on them tonight. But it looks okay, so fingers crossed this one will be all right, because I really don't fancy doing that job again. And this morning, sitting in the corner is Henry. What are you doing?
Tidying up this mess, get it finalised, nice and tidy like all the rest of it.
Have you got all the details on your phone?
Yeah, everything's on there.
What have you got to do exactly?
Well, all these loose wires, they're all in connectors, so that's not really a problem, but they need to be tidied away in there. So I'm using these Wago boxes, put these connectors inside them, so they're doubly protected. Quite a good idea.
Yeah. Looks like a cat's cradle to me.
It is at the moment, yeah, it is at the moment. But we'll soon have it sorted.
And as if by magic, We have a very tidy corner.
Yeah, I had to move a couple of wires around a bit, but I can get to the boxes a lot better now, and I can undo them, get in there if I need to.
You've got everything labelled up in there, haven't you?
Yeah, and on the boxes as well. So there's actually labels with the connectors, there's labels on the boxes, and of course I've got a spreadsheet with all this lot,
Of course you have.
just in case, and it's on my phone. Yeah, so I've just got to screw that on there, and then that'll be done. Come up with a little cover arrangement for that, and then that's done. And this stuff here, this is the in fact that's the outlet from the bath and shower, goes to the gulper, which is down here. This lot will be for driving under gunnel LEDs when we're ready to install those.
Yeah, that's not very high up on the list at the moment, is it?
It's not on the list, no. And these are the wires which connect to the gulper.
We've got it in here, haven't we? The bath is just on the other side of that wall, but it's going out under the sofa because it wouldn't quite fit on the other side of the wall, would it?
Well, yeah, more than that, we've got all the bath and all the surrounding of the bath, so there wasn't really anywhere where we could drill a hole and still have access to it, so that's always important, of course, isn't it?
So the other thing which we have nearly finished this week is our cloakroom, broom cupboard, whatever, and it's looking really neat and tidy now. So down here is the covers for all the lithium, and there's a bit of shelving in there. Oh, that's got a tight fit. Oh, I can't even open it, the magnet's so strong. Ah, there we go. So another cupboard in there, bit more space. Up here is our hat cupboard with all the hooks ready to go, and on the other side we've got the base in, and we've got the top in, and as soon as there's time we're going to put 2 doors on here. There'll be a thin one on this side and a wider one there, just because it's easier to access that one, and the backs of the door will also have a hook on, so there's quite a lot of space in that cupboard. I've got a boot rack coming to go down there, and then vacuum and all that sort of gubbings can go in there, so quite a lot of space out of there. So it's the next day, and I finally got all the grout off the tiles. About 2 hours good scrubbing that was, and it looks okay. So we'll just have to wait and see and hope it lasts better than the other, but I'm glad that's done, so I don't have to worry about that now. And I'm just polishing up the slates with a slate dress oil, which smells glorious. I think it's probably mainly linseed oil, that's what it smells like, but it's made them look new. So that's it for this week. Next week we shall be working, the solar panels are coming tomorrow, so we may be working on the solar panels next week. So please subscribe, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.